I don't remember exactly what we said, but it was like you were fingering me, but we were talking about my pussy like it was real estate. And you were like, I gotta check out this apartment. I've got to examine everything.
We were doing bits. Baby. All right, let's check out the square footage in here. Oh, I see you had the counters remodeled. Exactly very nice. Very nice. Oh, I know. I've got some prospective buyers who would love this place. Oh, you've got vaulted ceilings. Not every day.
Wow.
Is there an in-unit washing machine?
The swimming pool is just perfect. Tombstone gravesite. Do you have yours already?
I don't know. I
don't know how I feel about graves.
Ashes.
Yeah, exactly.
I just think graves are stupid.
And I want someone. I want to. Okay, here's what I want.
Actually,
I want us to both have ashes.
Made me think a lot about graves.
I want us to both get ashy,
Mm-hmm.
mix it up together,
Yep,
into a little smoothie,
Yes.
and then give little baggies of our ashes to lots of people, and be like, put it somewhere fun.
Put it somewhere sexy. Inside a lube jar.
Make it gritty.
This, yeah. There's a lot of texture in this lube.
Fuck with me. I will be in all of your sets.
So, fuck with me. We want to be there for the most important moments of your life.
Welcome to Yenta.
Welcome to Yenta.
Podcast that's sometimes about comedy, sometimes about Judaism, and always about gossip. Today on the podcast, we have an insane guest.
Huge guest. Biggest guest we've ever had.
Literally. The hardest to get also.
Oh my God. So hard. Literally charging us so much money.
I'm really impressed you guys were able to both afford me, to book me. I mean, I am
so busy.
Out here, folks.
You had an audition process to get on Yenta for the last 11 years.
Yeah.
And it's all been working up to this moment. So you better fucking perform.
Well, also, you guys better make it fucking count. Make it worth my while.
Antonia.
What am I doing here?
Well, Artem.
So
Artem is, let's introduce Artem.
Dear guest, dear listener, this is Artem Victor Yatsunov.
Whoa.
Social security number.
You know my social security number?
No, that would be amazing if I did. Do you know mine?
No.
No.
I wouldn't. I don't know.
No.
I don't think I know any of the digits. Is there one?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Is there two? Is there a
hey, listeners, call in if you'd like to know the rest of the social security number.
Subscribe to our Patreon. Well, this is the big husband reveal.
I'm sorry.
Huge.
Subscribing to Patreon allows people to find out your social security number. That's a hell of a perk.
Yeah, it's only $3 a month.
And then you can do whatever you want with my identity. We are cheap.
Have fun with my credit card debt.
Yeah.
This
husband reveal.
This is the husband reveal. We've been talking about you on the pod for years.
So many poop stories.
So many poop stories. His poop stories?
No, your poop stories.
My poop
but Artem
stories.
is always in the background of the poop story.
Because you're always sort of like, he still is married to you?
The backdrop to all of these stories is that there is a person present for all of the poop.
And he's still here.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's on the couch.
And now he's on the couch.
And it's such a blessing to have you here,
Vulnerable.
So
raw.
Yes, I'm very sensitive.
And this is a little bit of this is the beginner of a longer episode that we're going to put on the Patreon.
That's exactly right. So this is your big incentive to subscribe to the Patreon. You're going to get a couple minutes of this on the main feed, but we're going to get so juicy on the Patreon.
Yeah, Patreon.
So subscribe to that for this and my social security number.
Yeah, exactly. So why don't we talk about like why did we bring Artem on?
Oh, yeah, this is great. Okay. Oh, this is a plot twist. I had one idea. Maybe you guys have something else.
No, I don't know. I just wanted.
Yeah. What do you feel like?
How do
you like to use me?
For content?
Okay, first of all, eye candy.
Yes,
Check.
Huge.
In the words of Artem this morning, husband reveal and bicep reveal.
And listener, just to, if you're listening, just I think it's an important detail that Artem is wearing one earring of a Red Hot Chili Pepper.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Because I am red hot.
And Jeffrey Dahmer glasses.
And because I am red crazy.
And I mean, we wanted to have you on honestly because we were like, people will subscribe to the Patreon.
Yeah.
If we can tease art.
People love relationship.
They love relationship
content.
Yes, they
and
do.
you guys are such a cute couple. And you have a child.
you.
And we have a child who's here today.
Yeah.
Child's with us.
It's a dog.
He's so sleepy. He's such a hardworking child.
He's a tiny sleepy
Look at
child.
this droopy
You met
baby.
him. You met him on last week's episode, but let's hear from him again.
Yeah.
Yep. Wow. Oh my God.
Amazing.
Spellbinding. So deep.
Even crazier than the last
You know, it's like
Genius.
kids say the craziest things, you know? What's it, darnest? Kids.
Kids.
Wisdom.
He really takes after us.
So
my
I
gosh.
think I'm going to interview both of you
Oh, I love that.
about
Whoa.
your relationship.
Oh, shit, yeah.
And also
That's
we
hot.
can talk about whatever else. I know we planned some other stuff, but I forgot all of it.
Good. It was garbage.
Okay, good. Well, okay. First, we're gonna talk about how you met because I know that's an annoying question, but everybody wants to know.
Right,
11
'cause
years.
I just lectured you before we started filming
I
that this
know.
was a basic question, but I agree with you that it is the right place to start.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's really sexy. It's a really sexy.
It's really
It's a good
sexy.
story.
Babeski, you take this.
You want me to take this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, listeners are going to get a lot of booski babeski
Great.
because
Well, to begin with, I feel like to establish something in the story, I feel like I haven't introduced myself. My name was Artem.
Nah, nobody cares about you.
Artem,
So-
just to give a bit of a bio, Artem is a former theater director, acclaimed theater director,
Oh my God. Yes.
podcaster extraordinaire. Look up Scary Movie and a Sandwich, the hit podcast in the horror movie and food genre.
Yeah. Number one.
Number one.
Number one. I'm making new ground, really.
Number one.
Literally, no one wants to do this.
You're
Except me.
you also have a TTRPG podcast called
yes.
I Only Have Three Voices. No,
I've only got. Yeah, you got it.
I only
I only got 3 voices.
which is a casual, funky, fun playthrough
Mm-hmm.
of a TTRPG that
Of-
stands for
Tabletop role-playing games.
exactly
Which is
Dra-
as
Dungeons
sexy
and
as
Dragons.
it sounds.
with 2 great collaborators. And you're a podcast extraordinary. You're a writer. You're a visionary.
Yeah.
You're a dog mom.
I know.
You're
And a booski.
and a booski.
Yeah. You know, it's really. I appreciate how much you're struggling explaining who I am.
Yeah, what? Did she leave anything out?
No,
I
it's just
know.
that I also struggle kind of, you know, like with the question people are like, so what do you do? And I'm like, I have so many interests that it's become like a little bit annoying to be like, okay, so like I've been on a couple of like streams playing TTRPGs and then people like come around and they'll be like, I'm a streamer, I'm a game designer. And I'm like, man, like I'm like just into a lot of stuff. And,
Yeah.
you know, nobody wants to hear a litany of things you're interested in. So it's kind of hard to define yourself.
When I'm not talking to very nerdy people, I call you. I'm like, he's like a professional nerd.
I'm a professional nerd.
Yes.
That's pretty
Professional
good.
nerd.
Which
But
we
then
love.
talking to actually nerdy people, you can't use that.
Yeah,
they're
right.
like, what's the
dare.
proof?
Yeah, what's the proof?
Okay, so your sexy meeting.
Let's go to sexy meeting.
Antonia's show.
This is back
2000 and should I just say it?
13.
13.
Yeah, you know the
13.
story.
Yes, a simpler time,
Yeah.
an easier world we were.
Obama was in office.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
He was.
Yes, oh my god,
Yes,
the
he-
golden
yes,
years.
we can.
That's right.
Obama.
That's right.
Mhm.
Yes.
Antonia is
Sure.
doing her hit one-woman show in
Yep.
New York City, East
Yeah.
Village.
Yeah.
Do you want to take this?
You guys are not
She's
saying
a-
it, so
well,
I'm
she's
just
absolutely-
doing
yeah,
it.
right.
Booski, you
Antonia's
do
doing
this.
this incredible show. It's a solo show. It's called this. Oh, this is the God Box.
Yes.
Dang. Yeah. She's doing an interfaith show about different religions, different cultures coming together, about people who are from different walks of life. Suddenly, they see eye to eye. They feel heart to heart. And all of these people on stage are being played by one person. Because it's a one-person show. And Tony's portraying all of these characters.
Such a talent.
She was performing in a...
Let me guess. Is there a song?
Oh, there is a song.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. And do you know what it is? It's one of the characters who's the daughter of the main character.
Oh my God, right.
She's singing Hatikva in the
No.
shower.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
her mom is like, that's gorgeous. That's incredible. Louder.
Just move the mic away.
Sorry.
Sorry, listener.
Sorry.
I'm not gonna
So
edit.
she's singing the Hatikva, but again, for context, it's Antonia as the daughter, and then Antonia
the
as
mom.
the mom
Amazing.
congratulating herself as
I
the
want to
daughter.
see that.
It's incredible. I was working at this festival because I had a theater company. As part of like working with the theater company, we had this sort of like space trade kind of thing with this theater space. Anyways, so I'm there. I'm like helping run this festival. There are 3 different shows happening at the same time. Like one starts at like 2 minutes past the hour. One starts at like 5 minutes past the hour. The reason I bring that up is that like as soon as the show starts, they close the doors, no latecomers, because it's like everybody gets like 50 minutes on stage because they're supposed to have like 10 minutes to like switch the previous show out to bring a new show in. So just like shows are just going on rotation. So I'm literally looking at the time and I'm like, oh, I have a minute and 30 seconds to get to one of these spaces. And like the closest one is the performance space that's like 2 stories up on the same building. I don't have to leave the building. I look at the flyer for the show. I'm like, this is the worst flyer I've ever seen in my entire life.
But the person on it is so
Well,
hot.
There was no person.
The graphic design is atrocious. There's no person. The name
That's
is
right.
dumb. The name is absolutely stupid. I was like, who? And then of course it's also a festival that's kind of like a lottery festival. So it's just like they pick names out of a hat. So it could be
anyone
gems,
can
it could be
get in.
anybody, right? I look at the description of the show and I was like, oh, this is even worse than the show and the graphic. This is something I would never watch willingly. And then I was like, I'm going to watch this so that I could talk shit about it to somebody else and just rip on it, you know?
You're both so good at that.
So wholesome. Yeah. And so I went to see the show. The show's called Godbox. That's a bad name. The graphic design was like a cross, but like a cross in the way, like, you know, like in kindergarten, you have these like cutouts and it'll be like, oh, it's a cross, but actually if you fold all of the lines, you can make it into a cube. And this is a way that kids learn about like 2 dimensions and 3 dimensions.
Imagine
It's
a
like for
cube
geometry.
made out of paper, unfolded.
I truly don't know who like
Okay.
designing kids' books was like, this would be a fun thing for a kid to do, to turn this cross into a...
No, but they don't mean it as a cross. They just mean it as like, this is the shape of an unfolded cardboard box. Me, the visionary, I was like, it's a box
Oh,
Yes.
and a cross.
At the same time.
Inspired.
brilliant.
Brilliant. This was my
Do you
first
know-
time marketing a show straight out of college. And I was like,
Right.
Do you know what? This
I know
is
what
the
to do.
This
You
is
were
the
like
first time-
21.
yeah, 22. And
So
I was like, this is great marketing.
Yeah.
Cutie, you know what I realized? You explaining that just now was actually the first time that idea connected with me. So 11 years and change. This is
You're
the first time I
still
realized.
learning new
Oh, I
things.
see.
On
Because
the
it becomes a
Yentapod.
box and it goes from okay. So oh my
You
God.
see? Good
actually
idea.
so good.
Good idea.
Artem.
But you know, the lights go down.
How many people are in the room?
It's packed.
Pack sold
But
out.
it's like a room of like 50 people. Yeah. It's a very small theater.
No, 50 people
But
is a
still,
lot.
it's all
Yeah.
right.
In New York City.
Yeah.
Yes, the doors closed. You can't leave. And suddenly coming out on stage, you've got this person doing their darndest impression of like a 65-year-old Jewish ma.
Amazing.
You know, your
Yeah.
bagels and schmear ma. It wasn't in your
That
description.
was in the
A
description.
typical Jewish bagels and schmear ma talks to the blah, 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 sings a song in religion. And like the blurb really didn't explain what was going to happen in the show.
Yeah.
And like it's super endearing. 5 minutes in, people are laughing, like losing their... Can I spoil a little bit what the show's about?
Yeah.
You know, the woman is like talking directly to the audience, you know, and she's having this great... She's telling them this like...
A Helm story.
A Helm story.
Do you know what Helm is?
Oh, like
Like the
yes.
like the town of idiots.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
It's like
Is that Gollum related? No.
no.
Okay.
It's just sort of like an old Yiddish folktale.
Yeah.
A bunch of folktales set in the town of Helm where everyone's an idiot, and there are a
Yes.
bunch of like stupid little stories about people being
I remember
idiots.
it's
Yeah.
ringing a bell. Yeah.
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 Point is, the audience is like completely enraptured. we get the premise. She's packing up her daughter's apartment. The daughter's not there. It's just the mom. The mom is packing up the apartment. She's telling us all about her daughter. And then like 10 minutes into the show, or maybe even just basically kind of early into the show, we're laughing. It's like 5 or 10 minutes in, it's revealed the reason she's packing up the apartment is because the daughter recently died in a tragic accident. So this is this mom.
That's good
Twist.
theater. Kill someone off.
Right away.
Yep.
Sad
Yeah. That's right. Make him laugh and make him cry.
Yeah.
And and people are like in the palm of her hand. And then she's got this box. She finds a box. The box says God on it.
Labeled.
God box. She goes, "Oh my God, my daughter was such a good Jew. Look at her. She's got a whole box to dedicate it to Hashem. I'm blessed." And so she starts opening this box. But what? Inside the box are Tibetan prayer flags.
No.
Insane.
A Tai
What a
Chi
shame.
manual.
A Quran.
A Quran. A Bible.
What the heck?
She's like, "What was my daughter into?" And so it becomes that becomes the journey of the show. Suddenly she starts becoming all these different people that interacted with her daughter before her daughter passed away. And eventually she meets her daughter's fiance,
Who she didn't know about.
who's an Irish Muslim man.
Irish Muslim.
Yeah, that's right. So Antonia's doing an Irish
because I
accent.
was like, I'm pretty good at an Irish accent. I should make.
I mean, Antonia is doing accents. She's doing like affectations. She's doing California
honestly,
Valley Girl. She's doing
I
like
promise you the show was good, but
Soviet
hearing
woman.
it explained is a
It's
little
so
embarrassing.
Artem thought it was great,
Yeah, you
obviously.
did.
I mean, I'm super into it. In fact, this is like, foreshadowing, but Antonia then used that recording of the show for like promotional purposes.
That day that he was in the audience.
So there's a recording of that show.
Recorded the show.
And you could hear me laughing. It's the
Aww.
first time I laughed to her jokes. Isn't that cute?
That's very
That's
cute.
very cute.
That's very
So immediately as the show's up, well, of course, here's the little thing. As I'm watching this, and like I'm getting into this like character. Our main character is this mom in her 60s.
I'm sorry, Artem. Can I ask you to hold? Just make sure you're holding it. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect.
Got it, right,
Just
right,
do
right.
that.
Yeah, make out with it.
I'm watching this. I'm watching Antonia portray this mom in her 60s, and I'm like, I'm kind of into this. Like I'm into what this is all about.
Yeah.
I like
You were
the
like
hair. I like
40
what-
years,
all
and we can
right.
get this
Yeah,
going.
this is really doing it
My
for me.
future.
As soon as the show's over, I'm gonna back it. I approach her. I'm like, I really liked your show. She's like, yeah, thanks so much. I was like, can I help you with your set? She's like, nope. I was like, oh, see ya. Because they have to like
You
get out.
tried to give her feedback?
No.
No, I wanted to get no,
help
not
me
help her with a
clean
set,
up.
not like her set, but help clean up her set.
Oh, okay.
Because she's
that
like,
would be insane.
Yeah, I was like,
Insane.
oh.
Can I give you some feedback?
Yeah.
here's some notes. Yeah. So she was like, no, and I was like, okay, great, bye. And then there was a party for this festival.
You tried to come back to the show again?
I did. This was like a later reveal. And at the time, I was living in New Jersey, driving into New York. Tried to go see her show again. Couldn't find parking. As I mentioned, they closed the doors. No late seating. I couldn't get in. But then finally, we connected again like 2 weeks later at a festival party.
Yep.
Where Antonia swept the festival, won every award. She was the talk of the town.
Wow.
Everybody
town.
won a base of this haughty.
It's true.
But she and I clicked. We started bantering. It was like the first time we were like really started hitting it off.
It was good chat.
This was the first time I learned about what a vegan is.
Oh.
Because Antonia
I
was
was
vegan
vegan.
at the time. I didn't understand what it was.
Weird.
There was the party was catered by like a mac and cheese company, and the guy was like, "You should try this." And she's like, "I'm vegan." I'm like, "Well, they've got one with that
Chicken.
with that chicken."
Yeah.
And then a week later, Antonia had like an encore set of performances because she did so well. They were like,
So
"We're
good.
gonna put up your show outside the festival," and then we connected again. I had a rehearsal at the time. I was directing a show in like an adjacent space. I like literally was like, "Okay, everybody, let's go to lunch again," and I like just interrupted my like rehearsal so we could just like flirt for a while.
Wow. I thought I knew the story. I really there's so much more.
But
Their
I
twists
think-
and turns.
Yeah.
I think the biggest twist is this. I helped Antonia pack up the remains of her tiny set into like a New York cab. And I'm like, wow, this was like really fun hanging out with you. And Antonia's like, yeah, it was like really great. Like, maybe we'll like hang out again sometime. I was like, yeah, that'd be great. And like clear opening to be like, well, why don't can I get your number? Blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. Something really simple. And I purposely make the point of not doing that. Because where my mind is that like at this time, I live in New Jersey. my roommate has a dog that shits on the floor once a day. All right. So the house is always
Key context.
always smells a little bit
important.
like a dog has just shit here recently. I'm a bit of I live like 200 feet away from a bar. I'm there every night. I'm like kind of a bachelor. I'm also hooking up with an ex at this time. Like for like over a year, I'm just hooking up with it. Like it's just like a kind of a gross person.
Yeah.
And I was like, this seems like a wholesome human being. She
Shit.
deserves better than this. Like she
Yeah.
deserves a better, higher caliber human.
Wow, I can't imagine Bachelor Artem. Like I feel like you're just so
It was
like adult and put together.
Wow.
But were you just like
Thank you,
like
that's-
were you just have like a mattress on the floor? Like
yeah, I went
no.
through different-
Oh, there were
yeah,
times
Yeah, for sure.
of
I mean,
mattress
I
on
went
the
through a
floor.
period where I had one girlfriend that I was living with that we like broke up, and she like took the bed, and I like was like whatever, and I just slept on the couch for like months. And then I was like, my back feels bad. I heard that like sleeping on a stiff surface is better for you, and then I like sleep on the floor. And then like Ray, like I shake you out, like, and then I like have people I bring over to my place to like hook up, and they're
Oh
like, "Where do
my
we sleep?" And I was
God.
like, whatever, let's put some cushions on the floor. It's crazy, and like,
Oh my god,
just,
that
like,
sucks.
Oh my god!
what is wrong with me?
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Say you bring a girl over and you're like, let's sleep
Oh,
on
yeah,
the
on the
floor.
floor. She's like, "What are we doing here?"
Took the no
Let's camp
headboard to
out.
the next level.
Oh my god! Yeah. It was a whole different Artem back then.
Wow. That's,
But,
how old were you?
So
Yesterday.
27 when we met.
27?
You were 27.
Is that right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
No, when you were bringing girls to sleep on the floor.
26. You know what I mean? But I will say that, funny enough, 3 months later after we had met, I was doing again on my like, no bed frame, mattress on the floor room, house always stinky a little bit. I was literally cleaning up all of the dirty laundry
Your
off my
room was
floor.
crazy
My
looking.
room is crazy. I'm just like, let me just clean up. Let me just get something to get. And it's like May of 2013. And what do I come across? The world's worst graphic design postcard. And I was like, oh, I remember
Ta-da.
her.
Oh, like you kept it.
Or
Or you whatever. It was there somewhere.
Yeah, I didn't keep it.
No,
I just,
it
it
wasn't
just happened to be in
intentional.
the garbage.
Got
Do you know
it.
what I'm saying? Like,
Yes,
it was just,
yes.
my room was garbage. It was just there. There were a lot of postcards just from random stuff. There's other things there on the floor too. But amongst all the
There was
filth
just
and the
like a
detritus,
pile of rats in a nest. In between the rats.
it's very
is this
it's very
card.
Ace Ventura. All of my animal friends.
It's like I've learned about you now that you do have a pathological obsession with keeping things that don't matter. Even now.
But it worked out for him.
Even now.
Really did.
But now you're much better at it. But back in the day, it was
Oh,
just
yeah.
just
What a mess.
piles.
But you know what? As I was cleaning up, maybe I was in this like, I'm gonna clean up. I'm gonna get my life together. It's gonna be great. Like, I'm feeling so motivated. And I feel like in that journey of positivity, I look at this postcard and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I can upgrade my caliber of person that I think I could be with.
Aww.
Maybe I can stop
Huge
hooking up.
upgrade. Huge
You know,
You know,
upgrade.
maybe I can stop hooking up with, at this point, several exes.
Yes.
Continuously post our relationships, falling apart. And so like a friend on her Facebook, and then it's like rapid fire. A friend on her Facebook, she like posts on my timeline. And I was like,
Timeline.
timeline.
What did you post on his timeline?
I posted like, oh my God, like it's you. Like we should get coffee and talk theater.
But she
Like
doesn't even drink coffee.
publicly.
Yeah.
I think it had to have
Or
been.
was it an
This
No,
is
no,
like
it was
11
publicly.
years ago.
Yeah, it was like
that
public.
was normal.
It
Yeah.
was so weird, but it was also normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you
Yeah,
could
it's
also private
insane,
message
but
somebody.
It's insane that people would publicly post things on other people's timeline
Yeah.
that was like should have been a private message.
So nice to meet you yesterday.
So weird.
So weird.
But so she posts on my timeline saying we should get coffee sometime. She doesn't drink coffee, and she was like,
Oh my
she was
God,
like,
such
Catfish.
I escalated right away, private message her and give her my number.
Yep.
And she catfished right back. I baited her. She texts me. I text her back. I don't know. We shouldn't say catfish like this. We're completely reasonable age ranges. And then we started texting, and then we kept trying to get together, and then we finally got together because we both happened to be going to Boston.
Yep.
Because my family lives in Boston.
By got together, do you mean fuck?
No, like literally just like be in the same
Man,
room.
Be in the same room.
Just hang out.
The best
But
part.
I mean,
The best part
Wink.
of going on.
What was the first time you had sex like? Now we
great
go to the
question.
Great
Patreon.
question.
okay.